because my tarot cards, I moved them and they hit my off button on my computer. So I'm going to blame my tarot cards. Well, I've got to blame myself, don't I, for putting the tarot cards where they went. Okay. Hey, James. My tarot cards, I put them inside front of my computer, and when I moved them, they hit the off button. So I had to reboot the computer, and then I had to reboot YouTube because it was saying I was still live. I'm not techie at all, aren't I? Anyway, let's go there. Okay. We're good. I know you are, James. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you, okay? All righty. So I was telling a story. So I'm going to get straight back into this story, okay? All right. I was going to draw a diagram, and then my pen hit my tarot cards and I got disconnected, okay? So I really do apologize. I just got disconnected, and thank you so much for all coming back. Hey, all. Hey, Rabina. Hey, Renee. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. I want to tell you about what is important to them. Do they care about us having a good mug? Do they care about us having a good pen? Do they care about the house we live in or the car we drive? None of that is important, guys. Okay? None of it is important. So I was going to draw a diagram of what happened to me yesterday, and I hit my tarot cards because, look, they're a big pile. And when I went to get the paper, I hit them and it disconnected my computer. Okay. All right. So now that I've explained that, let's go into what happened yesterday. I had to take my daughter up to the local shopping centre. We had to get some stuff yesterday, right? I was going to leave at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'd be there by about 20 past 8. They open at 8:30, right? All part of a plan. No, they had other ideas. At 7:30, I heard, "Go now." So when I hear her say, "Go now," that's like, your shoes, where's your bag, where's your keys, where's your bottle of water, get the daughter ready, and let's get out of the building, right? So we ended up leaving here just before 20 to 8, so it took about 7 minutes for us to get on ready. We got in the car. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I live in a little cul-de-sac, right? I'm up here. On the corner here is Roy's house, and I'm just near here. I'm here next to Roy's house, right? So Roy's on the corner, and then it's me in this little cul-de-sac, right? We drive around here, and it's a 2-lane road that takes us back to the main road. It's 4 lanes, so there's 2 on each lane, right? So we come down my street, we go around here, and we go up here. A friend of Tashi, he lives over here on the other side of the house, of the street, right? He's about the 3rd house down. So we come up this side street at 7:45, so we're 15 minutes early because she said, "Leave now." We come around here in the car, and as we come up here, I see feathers in the middle of the road. And I thought, oh, God, it's a dead cat. I'm a dead bird. But as I drove past it, just something about it. So I did a rewind, turned around, drove back, and it's a little baby bird sitting in the middle of the road. Now, we did a U-turn. I came back and I stood next to this little bird thinking, oh, my God, what do I do? Because I haven't got a bird cage. I've got nothing to feed it. My daughter's there with me saying, "Mum, let's take it home." Yeah, right. All these other cars started coming down. One of those cars would have hit that baby for sure because it was right in the middle of the road. So I was thinking, hang on, Paul, Tashi's friend, his dad's got birds. Wonder if he's got a bird cage. So Tashi's there standing over this bird, directing traffic. Because it is only it's not a major road, right? It's just a little side street, right? So Tashi's there, just standing there, like stopping traffic around this little bird. I run over to Paul's dad's house and I said, mate, do you want another bird? Then we've got a baby bird on the road. He came over and straight away he just picks it up. I've bred birds all my life. I know exactly how to look after this little guy. Took him home. Are you seeing what's important with the universe now? They put me into that perfect opportunity where I would stop because they knew I would, right? So they put me into that perfect place at the perfect time to save that little bird. It doesn't matter what type of bird it was. It was actually one of our little minor birds. They make a lot of noise, especially at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I don't care if it's on the extinction list or if it's just one of these bloody annoying little birds that we have here. It's still a life that deserves to live. So Paul's dad came over, picked him up, took him home, and oh man, I was in the best mood ever after that experience. I said, thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you so much for coming back, okay? Everybody else that's here, thank you so much for being here, okay? So the universe does not care about how good our car is. Well, as long as it's functional, yes. They don't care what sort of coffee mug we have, as long as we have our coffee, because that's in order to survive, okay? They don't care what clothes we wear. So anything at the local op shops would keep us warm, really, yeah? So it's when we realize and we self-analyze and we say, do I want to be a better person? What can I do right now to be a better person, to be more like angels? Because yesterday, when I was driving away from that little incident, I was thinking, would the angels want me to stop? Yes. Would the angels want me to help another person? Yes. Would the angels want me to be kind? Yes. And would the angels want me to go and search out others who would assist in that journey? Yes, yes, yes. So that's why I believe that bird was not only where I would find it, it was right opposite 2 or 3 houses distance from where a man could help. See how they put us into these synchronicities where we are valuable to other people and things and else. So all we have to do is ask, because I do this every day. I just look up because I can't see her mostly. I can't see her, but I believe that she's there. And I just look up. I'm actually looking up to my ceiling right now. Like, anyone would think she's crazy. But I just look up to the ceiling and I say, you know what? I want to be put into a place today. Put me into that perfect situation today where I can do your work. I give my consent and my free will, and I give you permission because you are looking after me ultimately. And I want you to help me learn my life lessons. Now, let's go to last week's tarot. Oh, what was the message of last week's tarot? Patience. Yes. And you wonder why my computer just turned off. Because they want us to slow down. They want us to pause. Don't freak out. Don't freak out and do these knee-jerk reactions. They want us to pause, reflect, calculate, analyze to the point where we are working out what we are and who we are. So they put us into these situations. So a question for everybody watching me today. What are your expectations today? Is there something that And then look within yourself and say to yourself, why do I need that? What is the purpose of receiving that information? What will it gain in my life? Will it add substance to my life and the life of others? Will it create more positive emotions to others? Because if the answer is no, don't do it, ever, okay? I need to slow down. Sue McCarthy, thank you so much for being here today, okay? Because it's when we pause, when we start to respond rather than reacting, okay? So last night, if you didn't see that little tarot I just did like half a minute ago, before I got disconnected, part 1 of today's tarot, I was actually talking about me getting attacked by all these people on Facebook, okay? There was 4 of them, and they were just like, she should be banned from Facebook. How dare she? Admins should remove this woman, right? So I didn't react in their same emotion back. If you've got someone screaming at you, it's so easy to just go, and we start this huge screaming fest together. And look at this chaos that it builds. So don't do that chaos. It's when we pause and we think about what was said, then we can respond, but not just in evidence, but we respond in kindness. Responding in kindness. So this lady who said to me, she should be banned. Admin should remove her. I can imagine the tone of her voice as she was typing the words, right? I replied and I said, this is a good opportunity for you to look within and ask yourself, why do you need to attack and accuse others without evidence to support those thoughts? Wow. I'm starting to talk like an angel. You want me to do the job, and I sign up for the job. But let's go there, because this is the message from them today. So I'm going to start channeling them right now. Okay? It's when we analyze our emotions and we say, what am I creating within me? This perspective, right? What am I creating here? Am I becoming a victim? Am I becoming a drama queen? Am I becoming someone who gossips or criticizes others? And then we look at ourselves and say, do we really, 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 really want to be that person? And it's a hard call to say no. It takes a lot to say, I don't want to be that person anymore. And then you say to yourself, how would an angel respond in that circumstance? And we say to ourselves, maybe I should have replied in kindness. So I did reply in kindness to her because I gave her the opportunity to look within and to heal herself. And then she replied and she said, I'm really sorry. So I said to her, look, you don't have to reply to me and say sorry. I don't need your apology. The only person who needs your apology is you. You've got to look within yourself and say sorry for the way you've acted. You've got to look at yourself and forgive yourself for being that nasty, sarcastic person who just tried to attack me on Facebook. Is that the person you want to be? And if the answer is no, then what are you going to do to start changing that behavior? So the next time when someone says something against your grain or against what you believe in or what offends you, don't attack them, but be kind and say something like, you're welcome to your opinion, but I've got mine. So let's just agree to disagree. How kind is that? We're not attacking by saying, oh, well, you're doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. I want you banned from Facebook. So when we go out in our daily life, associate with, it could be the guy in your local grocery store where you just look at him and go, man, why the heck is he wearing that? I'd never be seen dead wearing. He could have just lost somebody the night before and he's in grief and he's got to get food today because people are coming over because he's just lost somebody. We don't know. He could have just had a car accident where someone got killed. We don't know. He could have just been the one who found that bird on the street and it died in his hands. So he's upset and that's why he's acting like the way he is. We don't know. So don't assume. So one of the comments that I did make back to one of these guys this last night who really did attack me on Facebook, I said, here's a line for you, a quote. Are you ready for a quote? It says, now I don't know who wrote this, but it came into my head and she's telling me it's a quote, so maybe even a quote from her. But she said this line, and it goes like this. Those who assume without evidence are the biggest idiots ever. There's no need to assume without evidence. So what are you basing those opinions? I want to ask you all today. Yeah, we look at our lives. I'm not perfect here, okay? I make my own mistakes. I swear at people doing wrong things on the road every day. So I look at it and I say, why do I attack this guy? He just did an illegal U-turn. Why am I abusing that guy who's speeding down the highway? I don't know what he's been through. He could have just found out his mother died and he's racing to get to his father to let him know. So why am I assuming? And then I think, well, my personal situation, I worked with the police for 10 years. I know the offences that he's going to get. But then I also look at my daughter, who only on 2 days ago, she passed her learner's test. So my daughter's driving now. And I look and I think, would I want that guy driving around my daughter when she's out trying to learn to drive? The horrible, horrible car accidents that I've experienced while working with the police. It stresses me. It's causing my PTSD symptoms to go. So I think about this all and I think, but it still doesn't give me the right to judge him, does it? Everyone can do whatever they like. And it's when we face our own consequences. And ultimately, if we don't do it on earth, we're going to do it in heaven because there's my life review where it's inevitable and it's tenfold. So I try to teach people now how to get through all that hurt, pain, anger, trauma. So when we do go to heaven, we're like an angel. Yeah? Right, so I've got heaps of comments. Let's go through some. Jay Carroll, yeah, you're back. Thank you. James Coles, thank you so much. Sue McCarthy, yep. I only do spirit guide readings in private, okay? I see spirit guides. I'm actually working on my book now, Spirit Guides and Life Paths Explained. It is a doozy, okay? I will be giving away free copies on here when it's finished in a few weeks. Oh, my gosh, I can't wait because this is getting to the point where I want to get to, okay? It goes into what are spirit guides, how they help us, what can they do and what they can't do for us, how we call to them, things that we can ask them to help with. It's all explained in this book, okay? All righty. So if you do want a private session with me, guys, I will put my email in. Please, Linda, do not misspell it again like you always do. It's Linda@LindaRay is my email. There it is. Go email me, and I do a lot of stuff in private, guys, okay? All right, let's go there. Sue McCarthy, I always have to see me in my mind's eye stepping back a couple of times when I get into these situations. And Sue, that is the best thing to do because when we pause and we analyze and think about stuff in our head and we think, man, why did that just happen? We're starting to work it out so we respond. So then our emotion, because remember, emotion is energy. Energy is frequency and currency, right? So the more emotion we put into a situation, the more energy we're giving it. So let's look at it right now. There's certain government situations around the planet that we're all not happy with, right? But the more we think about all that stuff, the more we get a connection to it and the more emotion we put into it. So you're on a phone, just say, right, you're on a phone call to a friend and you say, did you see what Fountain she has done now? That's why did he do that for? So we're building up this emotion, which is energy, right? This chaos again is building. See how it's chaos? It's a fluctuation of the energetic stability, right? And we're creating this energy through our emotions. And what it does is it goes out and it attaches to other people. This is fact, okay? Have you heard of pheromones? Pheromones are a chemical that we release outside of our body that attaches to other people. And so does our energy. So our aura, because that's another book of mine, Auras Explained, right? Auras, which I've got to get to, I haven't even started it, but Auras Explained will go into how we build our energy field around us to the point where it attaches to other people. So when you walk into a room and you're all, hi, how are you? That other person attaches to your energy and it picks it up, so then they're on the same frequency as you are. If you walk into a room of people and you're like, oh, freak, I have to be here again? How do you think those other people are going to react? Actions are emotions. So they're repeating your emotions, right? Oh, all right. So I hope I'm teaching you all some stuff today, right? Okay, let's just keep. I just learned that it is the egoic mind thrives on our complaining every time we get offended. You're absolutely correct, Kristen. I actually studied this through my PhD, and I'm going to give you a little hint, okay? What we do is we always want to be, okay? We can't handle it when other people are better than ourselves. So that's why we attack people like sports stars who win tennis tournaments 3,000 times. You think, man, why does he deserve it for? Why can't somebody else win it for a change? Because we have to always think that we've got that opportunity to be the best. And there's only 3 letters that make us do that. EGO, ego, self-importance, okay? So when we take our self-importance out of an equation, look at yesterday for classic example. I wasn't going to leave the house until 8 o'clock, but she told me to leave at 20 to 8. Well, it was at 7:30, so I left about 20 to 8. But if I hadn't found that bird, I would have driven past it, probably seen it squished on the road, got another dead bird. But she knew that I take my ego out of my equation of being. So she allowed me to leave 20 minutes early. Oh, God, I could have stayed at home and done my makeup for another 20 minutes. I could have been watching that TV show. I could have been reading my book. I could have been sleeping in. I could have been doing all this other stuff. But I took my ego out of it. And I said, right, you've got this job for me because you want me to leave now. I'm going to go and see what you want me to do because I'm a follower, as well as being my own personal self who has the responsibility and accountability of my own actions. So I decided to leave early because my ego wasn't in that equation, okay? So you're right, egoic mind. Ooh, love your words there, Kristen. Okay, we're all angels. We've been taught to dim our light, shine bright, everyone. Kristen, shine on! Shine on! Okay? All right, one of my favourite songs is actually called Shine On, and it's by a little-known band called, oh, God, I was going to say Simply Red, but it's not Simply Red. Oh, my God. It's, shivers, it's just gone on. Shine On. Do, 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 shine on. I've actually met him. The guy in that's it, Screaming Jets. That's it. It just came back to me. Shine On by Screaming Jets. That's one of my favourite songs because he's teaching, even with the worst shivers that's going on in your life, shine your light, okay? Shine your light on me, okay? All right, beautiful, Kristen. And Jenny, good girl. Thank you so much for your spreading this love today, okay? James, yes, okay. Oh, my God, congratulations to your daughter. Oh, no, my daughter is driving now. Today because we've got to go down tomorrow, Monday morning. I've had her sitting in the car and she's going through how to adjust the mirrors, how to turn the park into drive, how to change the seat back and forward, how to change the mirrors and then the windows and oh God, I need Valium. Okay. Linda from J. Carroll. Should I sell one of my cars in the next 6 months? Oh, my God, yes. I would be even going to 2 cars. Next couple of years is going to be absolute chaos, okay? Big things are happening. Really big, bad things are happening, okay? All right, so if you do want my prophecies of the next 2 years, please, here's my email address. Email me and just say, what's the prophecy, Linda, for the next... I was told all this back in 2001 when I died, and it's horrible. I can't explain it. It's horrible. That's all I can say. I don't share it publicly, especially about a page long, what I was told. So if you do want a copy of that prophecy, please email me. I've already given away about, I'd say, 3,000 copies of my prophecy now, okay? For free. I do it all for free. I love doing it for free. Okay, Rabina, career role change. Rabina, yes, I can see a career change for you. Now, why am I seeing it near water? Okay, don't know what that means. It may be a river, a lake. It could be just living next to a water tank. Okay, but I'm seeing... Who knows? But I'm seeing it near water. It could even be like a water distribution company, okay? Big building and it's just got water written on there, okay? But you're near water, okay? So there you go. Career role change. I'm seeing that it is near water. Susan, I would love a free copy, Linda. Thank you. Susan, I don't know if I've actually emailed you a free copy of my book, but I am happy to do it again, okay? Please go check your spam folder because I'm pretty sure I have sent it to you. A copy of Psychics Explained I've sent. Spirit Guides and Life Path Explained is not out yet. It will be out hopefully by Christmas. I'm trying. Well, I got 6 pages written in it just yesterday. So, yay. You wonder why I'm not doing 9 books. Oh, my God. I've got a lot of work to do. Okay. I would love a free copy, Linda. Thank you. Yeah. So, Susan, email me. My email's there in the yellow tag, okay? Email me and I'm happy to give you a copy. Okay. James Cole, saw you in my dream last week. Hope it was good for you, James. We'll leave that one alone. Okay, saw you in my dream last week. Was profound with my mum. Lost early this year. Oh, James. Oh. You know, I'm going to share another story, guys, of something else that happened to me this week. We've grown to about this big, and they got little, oh, they're so cute. They were introduced here from China. They got onto the shipping containers, and now everybody's got them here in Australia. Geckos, G-E-C-K-O, geckos. So what happened was, you're fine, James. I was just trying to make it light and funny for the day, okay? These little geckos have little webbed feet, right? They're so cute, these little lizards. So we had one stuck on our screen door. Tashi called me over and said, Mum, look at this gecko. And I got right up to it, and he had a squished arm. His arm was squashed. You know what that means. It means that he's got a crush injury, which means he's going to die. Oh, yeah, I'm getting all emotional now over a little lizard. So I took him outside, and I was holding him for a while and sending him all this love and energy and saying, please transgress calmly. There's no fear here. And he's looking straight at me with his big eye on the side of his head. Lizards have got those big eyes, if you know dinosaurs. And he's looking at me with this big eye. And it's like he's reading my thoughts. I could just feel that he was like really comprehending what I was saying to him. Just sending all this white loving energy around him as I was holding him on my hand. Because this is my healing hand, by the way. So I was holding him in my left hand, just sending him all this white light. And I made a little cave for him because, animals like dying in caves where they feel protected. You look at elephants will walk 3,000 miles to find a cave to die in, right? So I put all the cushions around him to make a little cave for him. And he died overnight. But, yeah, I get so emotional about animals that die. Oh, God. I'm a whooshy, whooshy, whoosh. Anyway, okay. All right, so let's get into, no one else is commenting, let's get into some psychic stuff, eh? Ooh, okay. So next time you say I'm sorry to somebody, because I think that's the message for today, next time you say I'm sorry to somebody, think about, are you really sorry to yourself? Is there something that you've done where you've got to say sorry for? Oh, I'm really sorry I spilt your milk. Then that's a learning lesson in how not to do it again. So how about, we're coming up to Christmas, which is our close to New Year resolutions. I say the word revolution a lot, by the way. So we're coming up to our New Year resolutions. So I had a white bike. Now, white represents pure loving energy from the universe, and a bike is transportation. So I'm not really knowing much about your situation, James. I would suggest that was actually me helping your loved one to progress over to heaven, because it was a white, which is the purest of energy from the universe, and it's also a transportation. So it's like transmuting from one progress to another. I've just got to sneeze, guys, too, by the way. I'm fighting a sneeze. Okay, blow my nose. Hopefully that will get rid of it. All right, so was your bike? Well, I'm going to go there, James. I don't know if you know, but my spirit guide is a big white owl. If you want to do a little bit of research, because I'm going to tell you anyway, research, because I don't know I'm telling the truth here, a big white owl as a spirit, my physical death, it's my big white owl. Now I'm going to call him in because it is a male. I'm going to call him in. He's not here yet, okay? But when he comes in, because I'll see him, because he is quite big, this owl, right? And he likes sitting behind me. And, yeah, it's funny that my spirit guide's this big white owl. White is the most purest of auras, okay? If you do, my aura is actually all white with blue streaks through it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, fun aura I've got. Okay. Getting some of my tea into me. So let's start with some tarots today. Let us go straight over to my little lovey-dovey cards. I love these little lovey-dovey cards. Talking about white, okay? Little white cards. Okay, I want to connect with my cards. Please give me one card that the people watching my show do need to hear as a message for this week. Okay, let's go over. Now, if you do have a psychic question that you want to ask me, please comment. My email is there in the big yellow tag as well in the comments. You're welcome to go over and email me, okay, and ask me any question that you like, okay. I see auras. I see spirit guides. I connect with deceased loved ones. I've got virtually every psychic ability on the planet. So use my information, okay. One card, please. Okay. And I always say, too, you don't have one psychic here. You've got two. Oh, she's always with me, this lady. Okay, so let's go and get one card that we all need to hear for this week, please. Throw it out. Throw me out. Jenny Valance. James, you are so sweet. I know, Jenny, he is. You know, I love you guys that watch me constantly and frequently, or even sometimes less often. But it shows me that I'm on the right path here of what I've got to do, which just getting out the message on how to be better people, how to get through this freaking weirdness that we're all going through. Yeah. No one's got it easy. And I've just lost like 6 cards there. It was funny how that was got it easy, because I was actually just thinking throughout history, no one's ever had it easy, right? But when in history did we ever have such a global atrocities of what's going on in the past? When has this sort of stuff ever happened before? It's funny because one of the shows I've just watched on Netflix is Ancient Apocalypse. Wow. Really good if you want to go watch it, because it explains a lot. Okay. Ice Age, and the last episode, I'll give you the spoiler alert. Last episode, he actually says we got bombarded by comet trails. So let me just get this card. Okay. All right. Oh my God. All right, before I read this, Jenny, is my dog pregnant? I'm actually seeing that she's put on a lot of weight. I'd need a photo, Jenny, because I can see that she's getting pudgy. But can you send me a photo? Because what I do is I can look into photos and I can see inside people. I'll give you some examples, okay? A lady came here and she said, in a few weeks I'm having surgery. I've got endometriosis, which is part of the tumours inside the ovaries. And she said, can you please look inside me and tell me if I've got lumps in my ovaries? So I looked at her and I could actually see it like a 3D inside her body, because this is how I do it, right? And I could see one big 6. I can't remember the exact amount now because it was years ago she was here. I said, I can see 6 lumps. And she said, well, that's funny because my doctor's told me I've only got 5. I said, well, mate, when you go into the surgery, talk to your surgeon first and just say, please check behind the back one. So about 2 weeks after her surgery, by the time she'd healed a little bit, got home, she rang me up and she said, Linda, you were right. There was one hiding in the back and the doctor would not have found it unless I actually told him to go looking for it. I love my stories like this. So if you send me a photo of your bubby, okay, I'll be able to tell you. I'll be able to look in and just see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 puppies, okay? I don't know why I just did it like that, because dogs can have anything up to like 16 puppies, okay? But I'm seeing that she's pudgy, so please send her a photo over to me. My email's there, okay? All right. So the card for today, isn't it funny, because I've just been crying over animals. Love cries openly at sad movies, okay? Love cries openly at sad movies. So why do they make sad movies? It's to make us feel human. They do these sad movies to make us feel humane. They do these sad movies so then we appreciate what we have and what we don't have. They do these sad movies so we appreciate those around us. And have you noticed in the past 2 years there's been no sad movies? I had a look at Netflix yesterday because I was watching Ancient Apocalypse. And all the bloody movies coming out now, there's not one sad movie in there to make us feel good about who we are. Yes, we've got all these Christmas movies coming out, but, you psychoanalyze and you use psychology on these Christmas movies, and they're all disgusting, okay? How often do you see, she broke up with a guy, she moved to a little town, and oh, what luck, there just happens to be a guy living there who's also single, and he falls in love with her within seeing her for the first 2 days. Come on. This is giving false messages to people. Really. I was with my first husband for 5 years before we got married. The day we got married, my life changed. Well, he was Muslim, but I still stayed with him for 7 years. But what an effort. What an effort that first marriage was. Because I didn't know him in the first 2 days. You know, I was with a guy for 3 months, and then he turned, his true colours came out, and boy, I couldn't run fast enough. Okay. Is this the best time for me to move M? Move M? Okay, Susan just said, okay, thank you. Kristen, is this the best time for me to move? Kristen? I'm actually hearing no, don't move before Christmas, okay? Real estate is about to drop significantly. This is a global thing, okay? And I'll tell you as a little theory, because I've got to do it as a theory, because if I mention it as facts, then YouTube's going to really not like me. So this is a theory, wink, wink, right? The governments are all broke. Now, this is just a theory, okay? This is just my personal opinion. The governments around the world are all broke. In this scenario, they've got to create money really, really fast. So what do the governments do when they have to make money really fast? Oh, let's have a war. Look at World War I and how much they generated. Look how fast they had World War II only 3 years later, when they realised that the opportunities to make serious dough out of it, right? So, oh, what luck, we now have this war going on. Second, what else do they do when they're broke? Well, let's just go there. My theory, in my own personal opinion, banks are owned by the governments, okay? In this scenario, I'm not saying it's true, and I'm not saying it's real, right? Wink, wink. But in these scenarios, the money that the banks get goes to the government. So what do? Interest rates, well, before interest rates go up, they push the house prices up. My house was worth $350,000. In 4 months, it went up to $600,000. It doubled, okay? And the house got sold. Bingo. Guy bought it for $600,000. Did he have all that money? No. So he went and got a bank mortgage at 0 interest, because that's where it was 6 months ago, right? But as soon as he bought, interest rates are coming out every month now. So every month the interest rates are going up, and this is global, right? So what they've done is they've pushed up the prices of the houses all over the world, because then they can attack those people that have got no money into paying high interest rates for a value on a house that doesn't even exist. Because my house now is now worth less than $400,000 a year. He bought it for $6 million. So he's already lost $200,000 on top of all that interest he now has to pay off over the next 25 or 30 years. Ah, isn't that interesting? So if you're going to buy a house, wait 6 months, because houses, I can see what my house was worth $350 6 months ago, going down to $320. Okay, all right. Houses have gone way. I hear in Southern California as well. This is global, Kristen. Look how much money was invested into a certain company starting with P that sounds like an F when they brought out what everybody was supposed to get. Here in Australia, our government spent $250 million on doses. And that was just one lot that he brought in. So that's $250 million when we only have 25 million people. So that was $10 for every single person in Australia. That was only one lot that he brought in. He's brought in about 4 lots now. So how do they get all this money back? Money is the biggest asset. Houses. So they've pushed all the prices up 6 months ago. They're probably still going up in a lot of areas. But now the interest rates are coming back in, because they'll call it inflation. But this is how they make money, right? James Cole, in my dream, you were saying I'm thinking about buying a house as well. Well, James, I think about buying a house every day. I'm always onto real estate. So maybe we are having a little do happening in our dreams. You don't know. You really don't know because, I watch certain people on YouTube and then 2 days later I have a dream and it's like a premonition stuff because they do a video on it the next day and you think, oh, I knew that last night. It's really weird and freaky. Okay. Yeah, so that's okay. I'm thinking about buying a house. So that's okay because I would love to buy a house. I really would because I rent here. I've had 3 owners in this house now. Stresses me every day. I've got new owners coming in. Wish they'd fix some of the damage here. Anyway, another story there. Okay, so getting back to love cries openly at sad movies. Think about it. James, I was so excited. I'm always so excited, James. Because my energy some days it's like, oh, I get zapped so easily because I love getting that zap. Okay. Anywho, James, you're cool, darling. All right. Love openly cries at sad movies. All right. So let's have a look at why we cry at sad movies because it makes us humane. It makes us know that we are empathetic and sympathetic. It shows that we're concerned humans. It shows that we're considerate, kind, and loving. Okay. So if you do want to feel those emotions, go and watch a movie like Bambi. Okay. The old Lassie movies from the 1950s. Go watch a Lassie movie. Old Yeller. That'll do it for you any day. Old Yeller. If you don't know what Old Yeller is, okay. The dog, Old Yeller. Oh my God. Endorphins and pheromones. Okay. So let's go into ruins now. Yeah. Okay. Let's do a ruin stone. Okay, we need a ruin stone that everybody watching this needs to hear for the next week. Okay, let's go there. Ruin for the next week for all our lovely people watching. Oh my God, it's actually, I don't know, I can't even get in the bag yet, but I'm getting this heat spot over here in the bag. So let's go in. I was just making sure I just did a little peeky. Okay, let's go and have a little looky. So I'm getting directed over here somewhere. All right, let's just take, it's that one. It is, it's you. Yeah, oh my God, you're a little hot one. Oh, okay. It's this guy. Okay, let's put him down and let's have a look in our. It's the S. Oh, Superman of the universe. Okay, flash. Here he is. It's this one. It's this one down here. There it is. Okay, just so you can see that that's the one I'm going to read out. Now, this is the sun. Okay, and it's called So We Lo. So I like pronouncing it the way that they say it. So We Lo. Okay. Now, I will go there. Someone asked me, how do I put subtitles on here? If you look down at the bottom, there should be a little thing there where you got like a little screw thing. I don't know what they call it. There's a little icon. It's like a settings. And if you go there, it actually does say you can turn on closed captioning. Yay! I did it with one of my videos the other day and I thought, oh my God, look at all the words up on the video. Okay, so this is the sun and it's the success one. Remember last week was patience, right? Today it's all about now we're reaping those rewards of what we've been patiently watching, okay? One of the 3 fire ruins, cool. For Nordic people, warm, heal mind and body, and grow crops was rare and treasured. Okay, we've got a few dot points here. One says, a strong positive ruin signaling the presence of success in almost any upcoming activity or pursuit. So this is the time to start putting those balls into motion about what it is that you do want to create in your future. It doesn't mean that we have to obtain. It just means that we have to put those goals into motion to make them come to fruition in our future. Okay? Second one says good for health, self-confidence, and happiness. Now, if you need a dose of happiness, if you need a dose of self-love and appreciation, email me and I'll tell you how great you are. I love telling people how great they are, okay? Don't go there. I'm a fruitcake. I know, and I don't care what other people think of me ever. Okay, last one. Also indicates significant personal growth, inner strength, and the potential to achieve goals. Now, what that one means is, as I just said, put it into place now, what it is that we do want to manifest into our future. Okay? I want my long hair back. I'm going to be honest, I just chopped 4 inches off my hair. So every day I'm saying, I've got long hair, because this feels really short now. So I'm putting in that long-term goal now where I want my long hair back because I just cut off 4 inches a couple of weeks ago. So every day I say, you're like lovely, long hair. Okay. The more we say our I ams, the more this stuff really does work. So I say to people, get yourself a little post-it note. And on your little, well, I won't use that one. So you just get yourself a little post-it note and you put on the words I am. And then you stick these all over your house. You put them in your car. You put them at work. You put it behind the toilet door. So you have all these little post-it notes, and that's all you write on it, I am. Because when you see it, you've got to fill in the blank. So I am what? So as you're sitting on the toilet, you see I am young. I am free. I am pretty. I am hungry. I am, I am responsible. I am accountable. I am thin. I am rich. I am famous. I am caring. I am considerate. So it doesn't matter what you fill in the blanks with, because our brain is remembering it through our synaptic network and our neuroplasticity, and we actually create it to be a habit and a routine in our future. Okay? So you put these everywhere. I love having one of these in the car. So as you're driving along to your singing Bon Jovi, oh, halfway there, living on a prayer, however they used to do it. Okay, so as I get to a set of lights and I'm sitting there thinking, do, elevator music, I'm here for about 3 or 4 minutes, do your I ams. I am happy. I am content. I am calm. I am patient, waiting for the green light to go so I can keep going on my journey. See how we do it? Okay. Are you Leo rising? I have no idea, Kristen. I am a Pisces. My birthday is 5th of March, 66. So if you want to go and research that one for me, I don't mind. My email is above if you want to email me the what it means, okay? Not Bon Jovi again. Okay, I've got to go there because people don't know. Me and Bon Jovi have got this real connection, okay? I actually won tickets to get on stage with Bon Jovi back in the 90s. And the night they didn't take my tickets, so I was walking around with 2 tickets to get live on stage with Bon Jovi in front of 45,000 people. So they took me out the back to get on stage. There was about 20 of us, right, getting on stage. And I walked past these 2 sitting there. They're in the rain. And they said, have you got any tickets that you want to scalp? You know, we're looking to buy tickets. I said, mate, it's your night, because not only are they free, but you're getting on stage. So queue up with us now. And they're like, what? We're getting on stage for free. And I went, yeah, good night, hey. So they actually came on stage with me that night. So I get on stage, and, back in the day, I was, I'm going to be honest, I was skinny. Even my daughter's seen photos of me back then. I'm like in size 8. So I'm on stage, and they put me right on the end. And after the song was Keep the Faith, Tell Your Brother, da-da-da-da. Anyway, I'm not going to sing because I can't sing anymore. So John came over to me, and he kissed me on the cheek. And I just thought, So I groped his buttocks, both hands, gripped on like a dinosaur, and I just planted one straight on his lips. 3 security guards then grabbed me, and they were physically dragging me off the stage. Yeah. 45,000 people saw it. A guy actually came here about 2 years ago for a development class, and he was using my Bon Jovi mug. And he said, I remember back in the 90s, I was at this concert. This really wild chick was up there and she got dragged off. And I said, that was me. So it was really cool that somebody came to my house and actually told me the story about the night I got dragged off stage with Bon Jovi. So there you go. Okay, so let's just get back into this. Where are we going now? Let's do a card, okay? Tarot card now. Okay, one card, please, that we all need to listen to for the next week. Okay. I love you, cards. See how we connect with our cards? This week I'm going to try and get a couple of videos done. One of the videos that I want to get done this week is how to tarot, how to buy your cards, how to cleanse your cards, how to use your cards, how to let other people use your cards, techniques of doing readings, okay? So if you go and do a tarot course, God, there's a lady up the street from me. She charges $350. Don't do it. Come and watch me for free, okay? I've got my PayPal link there if you do want to throw me over a donation, but it's not necessary. Just watch my videos and learn this stuff for free, okay? So one card, please, that we all need to hear. Remember last week? Oh, God. Okay, hang on. It's already done it. I've already got it. That was a quick one today. It just went boom. Straight away, one card just came out. Okay, we've got the card. Let me look it up in my easy-to-do tarot because I don't like just saying, oh, yeah, this card means that. Because then you'd want proof. And what more do we prove it than if we actually read it from somebody else? So today's card, we have the Three of Cups. So if you want to research the Three of Cups in whatever way you do, even Google what does the Three of Cups mean in tarot. All right, so we go down to here, Three of Cups, where's Cups? Three of Cups, Four of Cups, Three of Cups. Here it is. So I like holding it up so you know that I'm reading from the right one. There's the three. Okay. Yep. Okay, Three of Cups. There is emotional happiness together with a sense of abundance and achievement. The sun. What did the sun say? Do you remember? Were you watching? Do you remember what the sun said? It said success. I'm just going to call this S for success from now on. S for success card, okay? So this is actually amplifying that, okay? Oh, look at the energy already building in me. The Three of Cups represents celebrations with friends and family. It can also indicate weddings or christenings. Now, we've got to look at what are weddings and what are christenings. Weddings are accepting another person as somebody you want to spend your time with. It's that partnership that is being created. So it doesn't mean, I just saw James Cole's comment. Oh, no, Kristen, Bon Jovi never washed his face again. Kristen, you're gorgeous. Yeah, I love you so much, that perspective there. I know I didn't wash my hands for about 6 months. No, seriously, I did. But, you know, I can still feel his butt cheeks, okay? Mwah, that's a gift to Linda from the universe. Okay. All right. Let's go there. Okay. The Three of Cups represents celebrations with friends and family. It can also indicate weddings. Wedding doesn't mean you and your partner. There's a wedding between you and your car. There's a wedding between you and your house, wedding between you and your job, your network of friends. It's the wedding that you have with your garden animals. Look at the wedding I had with that little bird yesterday morning. I saved a little bird if you didn't watch the beginning of the show. Okay. I was explaining how I picked him up. Well, I didn't physically pick him up off the side of the road, but I stopped and I helped him live. Hopefully he's made it. So there's that wedding there of that perspective, okay? It's that prospective future that I'm creating. All right. And it could also mean christenings. Christening is identifying who we are. What are our belief systems? It's when we say, I believe in this, and I am now going to dedicate my life to that purpose or goal or that dream even. Okay, so it doesn't mean it's religious. It doesn't mean that it's just Christianity or Jesus. It could be a christening to commit to eat better over the Christmas holidays. It could be going out and looking after your yard more. So you're giving yourself that affirmation now that you're committed, okay? The Three of Cups may also show the progress of a relationship that is emotionally fulfilling, a happy conclusion to matters, victory and abundance. Yes. All right. Generally, it tends to indicate reasons to celebrate with others. Now, this would be a great week. Oh, let's go there. This would be a great week from the 4th up until the 10th of December. This will be a huge opportunity to think about what you can do for others over this Christmas period. Now, I watched a movie yesterday on Netflix. It was a Christmas one. And it's about this woman who lives in a little town, and she likes this guy doing the news, right? He's a news reporter. So she goes to this school function thing where he's doing a report, and they're saying, oh, we need people to donate some money to help these kids go over to DC. So she donates the whole amount. So now we have an anonymous secret Santa. So he does this story back on his news and says, oh, we've got this anonymous secret Santa who donated. So then she goes another one and she does another event where she's helping other people. So he does a story on it. So the end is that, yeah, it was actually a good one because it made me feel, what can I do myself personally? Those little acts of kindness where they don't know it was me. Oh, my brain was bursting at the seams thinking of doing all these things. I was dreaming last night, getting out my ladder, going down to the street signs at the end of my street and tinseling up the poles. So people, when they drive down the street, they see tinsel on the street sign. I don't know if it's legal. Because is it impeding with like signage? As long as I don't go over the street sign, right? As long as I just tinsel the pole. Could I do that? Don't know. But I just felt so good doing this in my dream last night, where I thought, I'm going to put tinsel up the poles of all the street signs where the street lights are. Because here in Australia, we have poles with the street lights. In America, they're just hung from ropes. So I'm not going to get up there and do that. Stuff that, but you've got poles, put tinsel around poles, because then, you know, just a simple thing like that for $2 tinsel, someone drives past and sees it and they go, oh, and that's that energetic connection. It's spreading that happiness through random acts of kindness that we don't know who did it. I want to be that guy. So how many of you over Christmas want to be that guy who does random acts of kindness for others and you don't ever get caught out? They don't know who it is. And you just sit there with your arms folded with this big grin on your face and you think, look at what I've created. I've created these people to be in a good mood. I've created these people to be loved. I've now got them feeling someone cares about them. What a great feeling. And what a great way to end today's show, yeah? Because my voice is starting to give out, so I've got to get off here. But I hope and pray that it's when we think about it now. Yeah, we're still 2 weeks from Christmas. Kristen, I just saw. Tinsel, that is a part of a boa, is fine in general. Yeah. So think about things that we can do now. In 2 weeks, we've got 2 weeks to plan this. What can we do now to really just surprise somebody? Think about someone who lives in your street who never leaves the house. Go put some tinsel on their front door, or put a flower on their doorstep so when they open their door there's a flower sitting there. Even if you pick it from another neighbour's yard, hanging over the fence so it's legal. Think about something that you can do where people see it and they think, who did that? But geez, it put me into a really good mood today. Okay? So the Three of Cups, success, prosperity, even the S for success. I know it's sun, but it's the S for success. I'm going to call that success stone. Today's cards, it's all saying to us, learn to be human. Learn to be compassionate and generous. Cry openly at sadness, because that shows that we're human with emotions. Because everything that the governments are doing right now, let's admit it, they're trying to make us like sheep, zombies. They're trying to put us back into isolation here in Australia. Don't let it work. Be you. And as someone said earlier, shine it out from within you. So it passes on to everybody else like a pheromone when you walk past them in the shopping centre, park, or even just in your street. Let others feel who you are. We're going to have a great week. I know I am. I'm teaching my daughter to drive. Stay tuned, guys. There's great things coming. Talk to you all soon. Okay, bye.